Adrenalyn Motorcycles, Mount Maunganui 075758358. This is one incredible bike. It's finally here in the country after a long wait. It is the 1997 AC15 Honda Dream 50. What makes this bike so special? It is a replica, or kind of a throwback to a couple of models they made in the 60s, the early 60s, 61, 62, 63. They were called the Honda CR110 and also the RC110. Those bikes featured very high-powered 50cc engines and were used in Honda's early racing days, with different riders from around the world taking them on board. Now, this bike, what makes it so special itself? First things first, it has a dual overhead cam engine. It's a 4-valve engine with a single piston. It's not twin piston, it's just the twin valve at the front, which has the 2 outlets for the twin exhaust, as you can see on both sides. It has 18-inch wheels, front and rear. They run a 2.5 by 18 front and rear tire. The Redline itself is close to 13,500 RPM. The bike itself has traveled 8,306 kilometers. With testing and servicing and everything like that, it will go up a small amount, but not dramatically. The original bike was made in around 62, as I said, and it had around almost or close to 10 horsepower and was capable of 140 kph. This thing here is a manual 5-speed, as you can see with the shifter and the manual clutch here. It is not making close to 10 horsepower, but it is pretty up there and is capable of some very impressive speeds. One thing this bike does have is rear discs and also, well, disc and a front disc. Having a disc brake on the both front and rear ends of a 50cc bike is not 100% common, so that is a very cool feature. The front tank strap, this is movable, as you can see. This is actually a throwback to the original bike, which had the tank held on in this manner. There is a little bit of discoloration on the top of the tank. This feels smooth to the touch, is not pitting. It is a very, very light layer. We have not attempted to polish it or to take the color out or the discoloration out. We've left the bike as is, arriving in New Zealand. It has the Old Wing logo, HM, and this bike is actually in road legal trim. As you can see, we've got the indicators front and rear, your tail light and your headlights. We've even got a horn here and high and low beam, and your speedometer goes up to 60 kilometers an hour, while the Redline goes quite high, as mentioned. The great thing about this bike in particular is that usually Dream 50s are impossible to find in this condition. There are plenty that are almost factory condition, brand new, have around 1 to 2 kilometers on the clock, but therefore they are showpieces. They cannot really be used, therefore you would be devaluing them too much. This bike itself has traveled, like I say, a smidgen over 8,300 kilometers, and the benefit of that is that those have been commuting distance, has been a commuting bike, and in that distance it has been well maintained and well cared for. So you don't have to be scared if you want to start this bike up and actually take it out on the road. This is exactly what it's here for. The engine itself sounds a bit different due to the dual overhead camshaft setup, and almost has a high-pitched whine like a supercharger. It's a really, really beautiful, beautiful offering from Honda, and we'll do a startup video of it now. So excuse the weird angle for the camera. Cool. So we'll get down close to the engine and we'll do a couple of angles so you can hear a rev from the engine through from the exhausts, and view the revs from the rev counter itself. First we have the engine. From the exhaust. Same revs from the rev counter. yes, I've ridden this bike and it's a fantastic wee bike. You do have to keep it up in the revs to attain its high speed, but it's a fantastic offering from Honda. A very rare bike around the world and in New Zealand, and if you want a bike that no one else has got, that you can jump on and ride and have an incredible time, but you can also throw it on the wall in the garage and admire from a view, from afar, sorry, this is the bike for you. This is Adrenalyn Motorcycles, Mount Maunganui, 07575 8358.